This is the Prussia, a legendary tier German battleship, which is the main reward for the Eagle of the North Sea campaign. The ship is equipped with massive 18-inch main guns and halfway decent secondaries. So should do pretty well in a standard match. With that, let's get into the setup of the ship and the commander, who is Hipper. I've got the Lady of the Cold Guys going on Hipper. Base trait is elbow room to help out those secondary guns. And then we have Henrique Fernandez, which improves the battleship's main battery range and secondary gun range. And then we have Haruna here, which improves the secondary gun range and its dispersion. So this is my little tweak on a secondary build for German battleships. We have an accuracy build here, flammable cannoneer, gyrating drill bits, and marksmanship. And then to keep those secondaries going, we have properly meticulous, which improves the secondary battery reload time, targeting duration, dispersion, and survivability. And we have will to rebuild here for the legendary skill. Amount of HP recovered is 110%, and that's because Hipper is maxed out at 16 legendary 4. Repair party duration gets cut by 50%, but that's more than compensated by the massive amount of HP recovered when you're doing your heals. So the special effect will auto repair when the HP is equal to or less than 20%. And that happens when you're in 3.5 kilometers of an allied ship. All right, so let's check out the upgrades for the Prussia. First one I have is secondary battery mod 2, which improves the main battery firing range and its dispersion. Then we have propulsion mod 2, which cuts the time taken to reach full power, cuts that in half. Then we went with concealment system mod 1, which improves the detectability range, cuts that down by 10%, and incoming fire dispersion scatters that another 5%, which is equal to your fully upgraded camo or skin, so it doubles up on that scattering effect of the fully upgraded camo. Last upgrade is secondary battery mod 3, which improves the reload time, cuts that down by another 20%. The ship has HE shells and armor-piercing shells, which we'll get into in a little bit. Damage control party, duration is 15 seconds, reloads every 76 seconds, and we have an unlimited number of those consumables. Repair party partially restores the ship's HP by repairing any light damage at the rate of pretty much 1,000 hit points per second, which is pretty good for a German battleship. Consumable duration is 14 seconds, reloads every 76 seconds, and there are only 2 of those consumables. That is a bummer with having Hipper as a commander. Then we have the enhanced secondary targeting going here, and shell grouping is improved by 100%, dispersion by 50%, and it runs for 42 seconds, reloads every 152 seconds, and we have 3 of those. Then we have sonar going here. Torpedo acquisition range is 4 kilometers, ships 6 kilometers. Duration is 60 seconds with a reload of 171 seconds and 2 of those consumables. Got a couple epic boosters going here, but that could change depending on the match. And don't forget to set up the Prussia flag. The camouflage here, we went with the Science Titan premium skin. And then here you can create the historical premium permanent camouflage here. Let's take a look at that. That looks pretty good. That's like a Baltic camo for the Bismarck. And here is the other camo. But yeah, 75 buckets of paint will create this camo. 750 additional buckets of paint will max out that camo to grade 4. 4.5% sea detectability range and incoming fire dispersion. Specs survivability hit points is 95,200. Wow, that is pretty good. Armor is 19 to 480 millimeter with a 25% torpedo damage reduction. Artillery rated at 100, no doubt because of those 18-inch guns. You have 8 of them. They reach out to 20 kilometers here with this build. 24-second reload time. That is awesome. 25-second traverse time. That also is awesome. HE shells have a maximum of 5450 with a 45% chance of setting fire, but we never use that. We're always going with the AP, which maxes out at 16,470. Secondaries, you've got like 28 secondary guns. Range is 9.1 kilometers, so they are a little bit effective. You will probably knock down quite a few aircraft with the AA defenses here. Maneuverability, 28.7 knots maximum speed. Turning circle radius is over 1 kilometer and over 20-second rudder shift time, which is to be expected. Detectability range is 13.9 kilometers. Range by sea, 11.7 by air, and if you're firing a smoke, it is 16. And here's the armor. It looks pretty standard, I would guess. A lot of orange and yellow armor. So let's take a look at the Citadel here. And yeah, that actually looks pretty good. It's just barely peeking above the water. All right, overview. Big guns. That is right with those 18-inch guns. Tough, above average base HP rating, 95,000. Superior armor-piercing pen with an above average armor-piercing shell penetration. So as far as the Prussia goes, early World War II lessons led to revising ships under construction to enhance the horizontal armor while keeping the draft at 11.5 meters for operations in shallow waters of the North Sea. A triple bottom and more watertight compartments were added to withstand underwater explosions. Main guns were upgraded to 18 inches, significantly boosting the firepower. Later naval focus shifted to submarines, resulting in the halt of construction of the new battleships. Year design was 1945, and there were no ships in the series, but hey, good thing we have it here in the game. Let's go out in a standard match and see what kind of devastation we can inflict on the red team. All right, here we go. This match is in two brothers, obviously, and I'm kind of shocked because only one battleship on the blue team, and it's me. Everything else is cruisers and destroyers, and there are two battleships on the opposing team. So here I have to make a choice about which way to go, and looks like there are two destroyers coming over on this side, and that is the direction I am going to go in rather than going over on the other side. So that's how I made a decision here. I was not going to go up the middle and waste a match. This is only my second match in the Prussia, so I don't have a gazillion matches in this particular ship, but obviously if this is a replay video, second match kind of tells the bottom line here. The ship is a pretty decent battleship. The secondaries turn out to be sort of so-so as long as you can get within that 9-kilometer range that we saw in the setup. Here I'm checking out the Meteor, and yeah, so we have a Worcester right up here, and with a 20-kilometer main gun range. That is just awesome. So not going to be able to get a shot on him because of that island, but you're going to see that we do catch up with that guy a little bit later, and it is not good news for the Worcester. And these 18-inch guns just will devastate any kind of metal that they hit at all angles, it appears, because of the overmatching capabilities. So here we take a shot at the Worcester. He clears the island. We don't really see him all that well. It's kind of like a blind shot, but there, exactly one hit, and that one hit is a Citadel hit. That is awesome, and he's turning out. He's probably had enough of that. I hit the brakes. I don't necessarily want to go out in the open water just right now, and he's turning good enough to stay out of the range of my guns. So he's turning quicker than my shells can get over there. There's a small end. You see I lock my secondaries on him in case he sneaks up afterwards. There's a Yamato. He wants to stay behind that island, which is probably a good play for him. And he is angling out, and these are the most difficult shots for me to take, but I'm trying to, so I'm trying to adjust up, and he's turning left, so that is not going to work. Looks like that small end is gone, And congrats on the teammate. I think it's in the Gdansk that got him. And the Gdansk looks like it has a pretty long radar. I didn't really realize that.
Enemy battleship sighted.
All right, so the Worcester is kind of gone dark, probably because of the smoke blocking the view. So we're going to move up and see if we can get another eyeball on the Worcester and try to gauge the Yamato there. Looks like the Yamato is really not doing all that well, and he's really getting nailed, probably from torpedo strikes. And I think he's going to the left here. So as I'm trying to speed up to clear the island to get this guy, I'm having a very tough time because he's going in the other direction, and it's almost impossible to make up that difference with the speed of a battleship. Yeah, I'm trying to pump the aim, the auto aim. A lot of times the island will clear, but here this is just impossible. So yeah, I've done it enough times where I'm convinced it's not going to be good. So now I'm looking at, will the auto aim tell me that I could hit the Yamato, because it's going at a fast enough speed as it clears the island. So this is going to tell me magically that, yeah, there you go. See, the island indicator went away. This should be a hit, and we're going to see what happens on the Yamato. And that Yamato looks like he is fading fast. So we do get a destroyed ship on that deal, and that is the magical auto aim without actually seeing the ship. We just relied on what the auto aim said. And in some cases, you don't have to make any other adjustments, and you do get a destroyed ship. It looks like we're going to get another one here on the Worcester, but no, teammate gets that kill. But that is that's good for the team, and looking pretty good at the moment. Three ships destroyed on the red team to only 2 on the blue team at this point. But it is early in the match. We don't even have 5 minutes gone. I guess it's just a little bit less than 5 minutes, a few seconds to go, and we are going to power over toward that island right there and look to capture B. We have same number of bases captured up, and look at this. Just like that, you're not even really paying attention, and 4 ships gone on the blue team, 3 ships gone on the red team, and we are behind. So yeah, as we are closing up on the island, I'm doing the auto aim again, pumping the indicator just in case the island indicator happens to go away and we can get a clear shot. But I really need to get beyond this island and get over here in the open to try to basically take these guys out and do some massive damage here. So I can't get around this island quick enough, but what I can tell you is from my initial testing in a couple of standard matches and a bunch of AI matches, the secondaries, they're not that great. I mean, they are 9 kilometers, but I believe it's the lack of number of guns more than anything else. There are a lot of ships with secondary build that seem to do okay with a 9-kilometer range, but as far as I can recall, they have more guns. So I think kind of like the Massachusetts, which has a really long range for an American ship, it doesn't have enough guns to really make it effective. So for these matches, I am going with a secondary build. I may end up changing it up to go with a regular accuracy build, but then why? Because look at that. We just took that guy out on a long shot right there, and another Citadel hit, and it took him out big time, and we have 46,000 damage. No joy on the Shimakaze, and all these guys are going broadside, so this is awesome. I'm assuming I'm going to wipe out the Zao over there, and no, I don't really take him out as much as I thought I did. And here come the Zao torpedoes. So these torpedoes are pretty stout, and they have a super long range. And yeah, he fired one bank of those torpedoes, one side, and he's going to get a couple hits. Look at that. 14,000, basically 18,000 here. So these are massive damage numbers on those torpedoes from the Zao at a long range. So if the Zao can get some torpedo hits, he is in business, as you saw. But we do have plenty of health that we've built up thanks to the will to rebuild and the maxed out ranked up commander of rank 16 legendary 4 and those 1,000 hit points per second. And here the Schroder, this can't be good for the Schroder. He's basically not going to be around very much longer for that person. And yeah, so we're turning away and letting the secondaries do what they can do. And they do look pretty accurate, right? A lot of the secondaries are getting some hits here at this short range, and that is good. But here he's, yeah, I don't know. This is good for me, though. I can tell you that. Yeah, okay, so there you go. Good for me. And 103,000 damage, 3 destroyed ships. And now we are looking to take out the Zao. And I think that is a Gehring that's left. And he is doing a good job at kiting and trying to avoid myself getting a good aim on him. And yeah, good player there as far as I could tell. And we do hit the damage control party and the heal booster to max out our health here at the end of the match. We are not in secondary, or we are not in will to rebuild range, so looks like I assume that this is the Gehring that's sneaking up on me. Yeah, there you go, that's the Gehring. I assume it's the Gehring, but you do have Gehring torpedoes way over there, so maybe it isn't the Gehring, and it's the Zao that has spotted us at the 14 kilometer range basically. So broadside, this is cool. I'll take the broadside deal anytime. And yeah, look at that, 5,000 damage. He cannot really afford 5,000 hit points of damage there. And let's see, he's still going to broadside as far as I'm concerned. He's not angled enough, and this other shot, yeah, I don't think that angling like that is going to help him because of his very low health. Any little hit right here will get him, and we do have enough speed that we carry on beyond the torpedoes. And he's trying to do his best right there to keep a proper angle, and we get nailed right there. So, and I gotta say, I don't like this destruction screen, and this is like really aggravating. I guess it just I don't know, it messes up my mojo right here. And yeah, so 4 minutes left in the match. All right, well, the battle has ended, and it is a big time victory for the Prussia. 373,000 silver credits, 116,000 total damage performance on 28 main gun hits, an assisted 3 destroyed ships, several fires, 2 citadel hits, 103 secondary hits. So the secondaries did come in play, and we did get a decent amount of XP right there. So let's see how we did on the team result. All right, well, second place overall with 2,279 XP, basically 2,300 XP. That is not a bad showing in Prussia in only our second match. Let's see how we did on the economy tab. And we cleared 139,000 credits by the time it was all said and done. And that is it for my first look at the Prussia. That's the secondary build. I may go with the accuracy build, but I did pretty well with the accuracy build like that, so that was kind of fun. And yeah, I think this is a good ship for this particular campaign, especially for the $10 Admiralty backing that you're going to have to pay for the 2,500 doubloons. As always, let me know what you think down below. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.